From Arkansas's breaking news leader, Fox 16 News at 9 starts now.
Little Rock 911.
Hey, I just killed somebody on 8108 West. I just shot him dead.
Little Rock police say the man you just heard claiming to have shot someone dead made it all up. The reason? Police weren't responding to his house fast enough for another issue. Good evening, and thanks for joining us here on Fox 16 News. I'm Kevin Kelly. Top police officials say bogus emergency calls like the one you just heard can have ripple effects throughout the city. Fox 16's Mitch McCoy joining us with the safety alert that applies to all of us when and if we dial 911.
Yeah, Kevin, good evening. Little Rock officers tell me this happens multiple times a month, and it happened just a few weeks ago. I'm told what was a disagreement with a neighbor turned into a fake shooting call just to get police there faster.
Little Rock 911. Yeah, can you send the police over?
A seemingly normal 911 call.
Do you believe they have weapons? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Little Rock police say the man on the other end got into an argument with a neighbor. The man kept calling 911 because police say officers were not showing up fast enough.
Given just complete false information to get us there faster.
And that unfolded, not in the second call.
So you better send somebody on over here.
So what address? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
But the third.
Little Rock 911.
Hey, I just killed somebody on 8108 West. I just shot him dead.
Whenever it does happen, it kind of takes a little effect to what's other things going on in the city.
Little Rock police say when someone gives fake information to respond faster, it takes officers away from other priorities like medical emergencies or shootings.
We need to make sure we're getting to every scene at the right manner.
Police say bogus details in a 911 call happen several times a month, each time putting other lives at risk.
When you come, send the corner. That's all I'm going to tell you.
In that phone call you heard, I'm told once officers arrived, they could smell alcohol on the man. In many cases, officers can start an investigation into filing a false police report, which means criminal charges could be filed.
That part makes sense, and I understand, but at the same time, the police department is in a tough situation there. Regardless if it's fabricated or not, they still have to respond.
They have to come. So every time that 911 is called, even if you hang up the phone, the likelihood an officer is going to go back out and they're going to try and find where you're calling from is a high likelihood. But when you start telling 911 that somebody's been shot or if there's a gun involved, that's going to bump that up to a priority call.
Sure, and in this particular case, it was all fabricated, so there are repercussions for those who go that route.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, interesting.
Not a route I'd take, but.
No, not one we would suggest. Thanks.
Now, weather to plan your day with Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin.
The hottest day of the entire summer season across much of central Arkansas today. Little Rock pretty close to the 100-degree mark. Didn't quite make it, but it was close, and it felt like every bit like it did. 99 the high temperature today in Little Rock. Yesterday was the hottest day of the year so far at 97. So we beat that by a couple degrees. Hot Springs at 98 and mid to upper 90s across south central Arkansas. But when you factor in the humidity at times, it felt like close to 110. Not quite as hot across north central Arkansas because of an area of some clouds and some showers and thunderstorms that moved on through. Temperatures tonight have cooled off in some spots thanks to some isolated showers and thunderstorms that developed across parts of central Arkansas later in the day with some heavy rainfall. But cooled things off down to 77 right now in Little Rock, down where it didn't rain at all. Temperatures still in the 80s, mid-80s, and really high humidity. So we still have heat index values. When you factor in how it feels with the humidity, it still feels like mid to upper 90s across south central Arkansas. It feels like 97 Arkadelphia, 96 in Camden. Look at El Dorado, still at 9 o'clock at night, still feels like 100 degrees out there. As you take a look at our radar and satellite, you can see that area of showers and thunderstorms that moved on through northern Arkansas earlier in the day, and then some isolated storms that developed across central Arkansas with daytime heating. They didn't last very long, but some locally heavy rainfall in a couple spots. All those showers are long gone tonight. A weak front over northern Arkansas helped to enhance some of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and it will likely do that once again as we get another disturbance moving along that front in the morning hours. Some showers and thunderstorms mainly across northern Arkansas, and then a few spotty showers as we go into the afternoon with daytime heating. We'll see more in the way of some clouds around tomorrow, keeping temperatures not as hot as they were today, but still plenty hot and humid with temperatures in the mid-90s instead of upper 90s, but yeah, it's still going to feel very much like a summer day as we go into the evening hours. Still a few showers and thunderstorms, especially in northern Arkansas. Heat advisory once again in effect for tomorrow afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock through about 7 o'clock with heat index values over 105 in some spots. Here's that hour-by-hour forecast. Showers and some isolated thunderstorms north during the morning hours, and a couple of isolated showers even across central and even south central Arkansas for the afternoon. Not quite as hot, but still up into the 90s for high temperatures. We are talking about more near 100-degree heat, though, in your 7-day forecast. I'll show you what to expect coming up in a few minutes.
A Fox 16 crime alert. Police in Waldo, Arkansas, investigating the death of a man found lying on a road. 32-year-old Stanley Milner's body was found along the 700 block of North Locust Street before noon yesterday. Authorities have yet to say how he died, but in less than 24 hours, they did arrest 39-year-old Mario Easter in connection to the case, also from Waldo. Easter is being held without bond on a capital murder charge. In Jonesboro, officers arrested a teen following a shooting and robbery overnight. It happened on French Street just after 3 this morning. Police say the teen was visiting his girlfriend when a man identified as Marquise Jenkins told him to leave. Officers say the two began fighting, then the teen started to run away. According to authorities, that teenager got a ride from someone, stole a gun from that person, went back to his girlfriend's home, and then shot Jenkins.
I got hit, and then I got shot again in my butt on the way out, so I'm just glad I got out that jam before it, got a little bit more serious than what it was. Jonesboro is crazy out here, man, but you got people out here actually trying to change, and I just feel like, people should be given a chance to.
Jenkins was taken to the hospital for treatment. The suspect will go before a judge tomorrow. Turning now to a Fox 16 News update. 2 Little Rock officers have been cleared of any wrongdoing after a deadly shooting in a Little Rock restaurant parking lot back in April. In a letter sent to the Little Rock Police Chief, Pulaski County Prosecuting Attorney Larry Jegley said the officers were justified in shooting 42-year-old Michael St. Clair. Jegley wrote St. Clair had methamphetamine in his system when he shot several times at officers. The prosecuting attorney believes officers Chandler Taylor and Ryan Stubenruch, quote, acted reasonably in the circumstances they faced. A video on Facebook is spreading like wildfire. The woman's post causing alarm and all the buzz online. The clip shows flashing lights from Little Rock police and a white van in a store parking lot on Bowman Sunday. The poster references a trafficking van with a warning to women and children. It's been viewed, I should say, over 100,000 times and shared by more than 3,000. Problem is, the incident had nothing to do with human trafficking at all. We spoke to an undercover detective with LRPD who told Fox 16 the van stereotype is anything but reality.
This is not the face of human trafficking. It could be anything, anywhere. It's on the internet, it's at the schools, it's everywhere. It's something that you need to be aware of.
The detective also encouraging you to think before you share a post that has not been verified by police. President Trump and the First Lady visiting the 2 communities mourning after the weekend's mass shootings. They first went to Dayton, Ohio, where 10 people were killed, including the gunman. Then they landed in El Paso, Texas, where 22 were killed and more than a dozen injured. Reporter Whitney Wild brings us a recap of the head of the state's travels.
President Trump is traveling to El Paso, Texas, a city grieving after this weekend's mass shooting.
We'll be meeting with first responders, law enforcement, some of the victims.
The president visited Dayton, Ohio this morning, meeting with local officials before making a stop at Miami Valley Hospital. There, he met with medical personnel and some of those affected by last weekend's mass shootings. Also on the ground in both cities, supporters and protesters of the president's visits.
There are things he can do. He doesn't have to wait for Congress. He has some steps he can take with some executive action. He could start to put funding towards research and development of safer guns.
And in El Paso, the mayor acknowledged the divide.
I realize that there's a lot of emotional pain and concern over his visit, but I'm the mayor of all of El Paso, and I feel like it's my duty, obligation, my fiduciary duty to meet with the President of the United States.
The president said Wednesday that he is open to talking about some aspects of gun control legislation.
I'm looking to do background checks. I think background checks are important. I don't want to put guns into the hands of mentally unstable people or people with rage or hate, sick people.
But it's unclear if Congress can reach a consensus. The House passed 2 gun control bills, but the Senate hasn't voted on either one.
And today, people across Ohio gathered at a memorial site created outside of Ned Pepper's, the site of the shooting. One sign at the memorial shows the names and faces of the lives lost. Flowers and crosses also placed out. A movie theater displayed a note to thank police officers for their hard work and bravery. Especially in the face of tragedy, the community of Dayton is standing together. New tonight, a Louisiana judge ordering the city of Baton Rouge to turn over the psych evaluation used in the hiring of former police officer Blaine Salamone. Salamone was involved in the 2016 fatal shooting of Alton Sterling. He was fired last year for his role in the shooting. Last week, the Baton Rouge police chief apologized, saying Salamone should not have been hired in the first place. Sterling's family attorney says the city must be held responsible for the officer's conduct. Still to come tonight, fire truck vandalism in North Arkansas leading to a now former employee throwing in the towel. Now the department is dealing with the crime and the loss of their chief. Plus this.
The officers located 2 male bodies in the dense brush.
A nationwide manhunt finally comes to an end, where authorities found 2 suspects wanted in connection to the murders of 3 people in British Columbia.
You're watching Fox 16 News at 9 with Donna Terrell, Kevin Kelly, sports with Wes Moore, and Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baskin. This is Fox 16 News at 9.